All right, welcome to this episode of iLeadership series with Precious Elder. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it. Yes, because I've been talking about leadership, and I've been drawing lessons of leadership from historical figures in the Bible. And I've been talking about Gehazi. In the last episode, I talked about how Gehazi's life, his name especially, inspired something that every person must understand. His name meant a valley of visions. And I said, regardless of how low your life may be, regardless of how your situation is, it shouldn't affect your perception concerning life. You should always try to maintain a positive perception of life if you would want to change your situation. Hard as it may be, it's something that works. You must be able to maintain a positive perception. For me, for example, everyone's gone through hardship, everyone's gone through some tough times in life. And whenever I go through tough times, it seems as though things are so low, things are so down. But I try as much as I can to always see the positive part of things. And most times, when I keep a positive outlook, I see positive things happen. When I keep a depressive outlook, I see depressive things happen. When I keep a positive outlook, I'm always attracted, or positive things are always attracted to me. You know that saying that you are what you attract? No. When I keep a positive outlook, positive things come to me. Yes, so that's what we talked about in the last episode. Today's video will be continuing with Gehazi, and it's something that I really found quite interesting. And every leader must have this virtue when it comes to personal development, when it comes to leadership, and helping people, adding value to the life of people. This virtue in the life of Gehazi is something everyone should have. I'll be talking about Gehazi's attention to detail. Gehazi's attention to detail. Paying attention or having attention to detail is a virtue or is a character. It's something that every person should have. And especially if you're a leader, you must have some good attention to detail. You must be able to pay attention to detail. How did this work in the life of Gehazi, and how will it impact on us, and how will it, have some the lesson can have some good impact on our lives. First and foremost, the story of Gehazi and Elisha and the Shunammite woman in 2 Kings chapter 4. In 2 Kings chapter 4, from verse 8 to verse 14. The story plays out that Elisha and Gehazi were always passing through a city, and then a woman in the city, a very notable woman, a very wealthy woman, I would say, took them in, gave them some apartment to stay, because she knew they were servants of God. She gave them some apartment to stay. And as time went on, the prophet Elisha wanted to do something good for the woman. He wanted to at least repay her for some good that she had done for them. But then the woman said, well, I have everything I need. I don't really need anything. But Gehazi identified the fact that the woman had no child. And this is something every leader should know. As a leader, you must have the ability to discern and to know the actual needs of your people. You must be able to pay attention to the details of the life of the people that you lead. If you're a leader in your family, you must be able to pay attention to the details of the life of the people in your family to know actually what they need. People or leaders who are seen to be out of touch with their people. Or leaders who are seen to be out of touch with their community. They are always people who don't have attention to detail. Gehazi was one who paid attention to detail. A detail that even Elisha could not catch. Gehazi caught it. He saw that the woman had no child and her husband was old. And so as a leader, you must be able to pay attention to detail. Have an eye for detail. Have an eye for the little things. The little things matter. The little things matter. Those little things, those things that seems as though they have no consequence, they matter a lot. What everyone looks at and does not see, if you look and you see it, it means that you're the person who is designed to solve that need. My good mentor, Reverend Tari Hudson Akio, he always says that if you're in a place and you notice what other people don't notice, it means you have the ability, the capacity to solve that problem. And that's what leadership is all about, solving problems. If as a leader you can't solve problems, then you're not leading. If as a leader you're not preferring solutions, you're not leading. And that's what Gehazi did. Gehazi, he spotted the problem, and he knew that his master Elijah could solve the problem. So he spotted it out, and he mentioned it. He brought it to the notice of the prophet, and then that problem was solved for that woman. Gehazi paid attention to detail. In leadership in life, to make progress, to be able to have impact in the lives of people, be able to pay attention to detail, be able to give some attention to the little things that affect people. Oh, it might be your spouse, it might be your children, those little things. Some people, pose the question of what's your wife's best color, and then they say, oh, well, I don't know. What's your child's favorite food or favorite TV show? And they go lost. But those attentions, those little details, those things that tickle the fancy of the people that you care about, those little things that tickle their fancy, those are the things that show that you care about them. If you cannot know in details those little things that make the difference in the life of your people, in the life of the people you care about, you would not be able to have some good impact in the life. And we're talking, it applies to everyone. It applies to everyone. For Gehazi, it was that woman. He was able to spot the need that the woman had and brought the need to the notice of the prophet. For you, what is the need of your people? What is that thing? I learned something from a pastor. He said, if you're leading a church and everyone is always sick, it means your church has a sickness problem. You should start preaching on divine health. And that's it. If you're leading a country and everyone is poor, most people are poor, poverty is a serious problem in your country. Poverty is a serious problem in your country. Right now in Nigeria, most people are poor. Most people can feed. Most people can't feed. Most people can take care of their families. There are lots of families that are living in poverty, in dire situations, in dire circumstances. Every day, people are dropping below the poverty line. It's a problem in this country. And yet we have leaders who carry on their activities and live their lives as though that isn't a problem. That isn't a source of concern. When leaders just keep on living flamboyantly, it means they are not paying attention to the detail of poverty. If we're living in a time or in a country where the naira is strong with the dollar, and then we're having some economic boom, and people are living flamboyantly and lavishly, well, I don't think anyone will complain that much if people are living flamboyantly and lavishly. But we're living in a time when a liter of fuel is more expensive than, I can say, people cannot feed. Food is so expensive. The cost of living is so high. The cost of renting properties are so high. People are losing jobs. In fact, jobs can't pay people. The pay from jobs are not enough to keep people moving, to keep people to help families live. And we have leaders sharing millions in allowances, unnecessary allowances. People are going on vacation and you're giving them allowances because they're going on vacation to just go enjoy themselves. It's terrible. It means the leaders are not paying attention to the detail of the circumstances of the people. And that's it. It's failure in leadership. That's it. When leadership cannot know exactly that this is the need of the people and just even pretend to be concerned, at least pretend to be concerned. Don't live too lavishly. Don't live in deceit. Well, I don't know what to say about it, but the point is, leaders must pay attention to detail. The only way to solve the real problems of your people is when you know in detail the minutest need of your people. Those minute needs are the needs that are of great concern to those people. Those things are the things that would impact their lives. Those things that they hold so importantly. They're so little, but they're so important. Those things are the things that if you have the ability to change or to affect or to have some influence over it and make something good come out of those things, your name will be indented in the hearts of those people forever. So leadership, just like Gehazi, everyone, pay attention to detail. Pay attention to detail. Look out for those almost inconsequential details, but those details that people hold in high esteem. Pay attention to them, and you will be able to solve the problems of your people, the problems of your family. Not just solving problems, sometimes impacting them in positive ways. And even to your own benefit. It would be to your own benefit when you're able to know. I read a book titled Love Languages. Great book. It says if you know the love language of your spouse, for instance, you'll be able to get your spouse to love you better. You'll be able to show love better to your spouse. And that's it. If you're able, and some of those love languages are things that seem very irrelevant. Some people just want a listening ear. Some people just want you to tell them you love them or you care about them. And that's how it is. If you're able to catch the detail, the minute details of what is important to the people that you care about, you'll be able to impact their life in positive ways. And that's it. That's what it means to pay attention to detail. That's what it means for you, the leader. And people will have a better reception of your person. You know, John Maxwell said you must first reach out to the heart before you can now reach out to the hand. How do you reach out to the heart? You reach out to the heart by paying attention to the details that the heart holds as important. If the heart holds a particular thing as important, when you pay attention to details and you know and you get understanding of that thing that the heart holds as important, you will be able to reach out to the person's hand and they would accept you and receive you as a leader. Thanks for watching today. I'm sure I'll see you next time when we go into episode 4 of Lessons from Gehazi. Until next time, ciao, stay blessed. Yeah.